All right, so 95% of y'all are structuring your workouts way wrong. A lot of people talk about confusing muscles. That I don't know what you're talking about confusing muscles because you're still using the same muscles. It's just a different movement. Uh, CrossFitters, all right, love it. It has a point. Um, it's cool sometimes, um, but if you like storing fat because you're using all your energy up, and then your body's got to store the fat, then that's cool too. Even CrossFitters who are actually professional CrossFitters are doing resistance training too. So as athletes or police officers or sports or regular enthusiasts or people who want to move and be able to twist and run with the kids and stuff like that, we kind of have to be like a little hybrid, right? So for beginners, um, it's going to vary. All right. So a lot of times I come off, I start them off slow, 30 minutes. I don't do any more workouts than 1 to 2 days. All right. And I'm only talking about beginners. All right. But once you kind of get past that little beginner stage, this is kind of the way you set things up. You see right here, warm up. Warm up. You want to do something dynamic. All right. So when we're doing our movements, we're not static. All right. So do dynamic warm ups, kicks, lateral lunges and twists and stuff like that. Usually it's has some of the movements that has to do with some of the body weight or the movements that you're going to do. So if you're doing overhead presses, sometimes I do pikes just to lubricate and all the way up the joints and get them ready going. A lot of people sustain injuries because they go straight into it and they're not priming their muscles already. All right. Um, that goes into a good ladder. So once you get a good warm up, usually sometimes it's like 1 or 2 rounds, 3 rounds. I use bands a lot with that. A little bit of weight utilizing that section. All right. So now you're going to get into your strength, stability, endurance, or whatever like that, whatever phase you're into. All right. So I don't know what phrase the phrase that person will be into, but if you're a beginner, you're going to be coming into this build up phase. All right. So you're going to want reps is really important. All right. So 10 reps, you're not going to be anything more than like 12, 15. You're going to be looking at endurance, anything more than like 6 or 7, you're going to be doing strength. Okay. Now your rep times are, excuse me, your rest times is very important. All right. So take your reps. If it says a minute, take a minute. If it says 2 minutes, take 2 minutes. All right. So take your freaking reps. All right. Tempo. All right. So now if you have some type of tempo, if you're in a strength phase or whatever like that, I'm trying to slow your reps down. All right. Now, so if I want, um, let's say 4-3 or 4-1 3-1. So your centric portion is going to be 4 seconds going down, 1 minute, 1 second pause down at the bottom, 3 seconds coming back up, and then 1 second pause at the top. All right. So it's very important with that tempo because sometimes some people it's easier when you're repping it out, using the momentum to go with you. But when you slow it down in tempo, that reps or that weight that you're using, you're going super fast with working your quick twitches out. That rebound effect's not there anymore, so it's a little bit harder. All right. A lot of times this has to do with your compound movements, right? So like, this ain't it's not rocket science. Sometimes you just gotta simplify it. If you can't simplify it and you're all over the place, sometimes like me, I try to get too fancy, too sexy with it. You got to go back to the basics, man. Sometimes you got to go back to being an ugly duckling before you can go out and be a Prince Charming and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So deadlifts, bench press, back squats, front squats, overhead squats, push presses, rows, these are some of the fundamental things that you're going to need to build muscle, and these are a lot of things that you're going to need to continue on throughout the program. So if you do a program with me, you're going to see it throughout. There's going to be other things sprinkled into it, but these are the main staples. All right, doesn't need that much more, and you see progress, you see results, you start seeing muscle being built. You'd be like, oh my god, how'd you do this? I'd be like, oh my god, that simplified it for you. All right. Accessories. So accessories, this is kind of like you when you get into a little bit more skill based, like with the firefighters and police officers and stuff like that. They got to be able to twist. Nothing that they do is normal. So when they're lifting a body up or something like that, it's an uneven lift pull. So a lot of times I incorporate twisting, uneven pulls, unilateral work in the section as well. And this is still beginner, but you can do it to where you're not on one foot, you're doing stability, all that kind of stuff. You're not on a medicine ball or a plyo ball or anything like that. You build them up to that, but there's a beginner phase of the stability as well. A lot of times, ab work would be in this section too. But if you're like me, I don't like getting down on the ground because I'm old. So I try to do that in the beginning and then try to find other different ways of going about doing that. You can do overhead lunges, um, overhead marches, a lot of those things too. There's different things you can do that actually works on your hips. I mean, your abs and you know, have to get on the ground because I don't like that. It's hard for me to get up. Probably take me like 20 minutes to get up. You know what I mean? So I'm really lying, but I'm not. All right. Um, a lot of times on this part, the muscles that you forget, like your adductors. I forget my adductors all the time. I have horrible hips. My glutes are too strong. My quads are too weak. My imbalance is there. Whatever imbalance you have, you kind of want to rectify it right here. So a lot of times, if you don't have a push pull type of workout or whatever like that, or you don't work the antagonist, or if you don't work the opposite muscles. So if I'm doing buys, I want to finish off with tries, right? So this is only going to be as strong as my tries. All right. So here's some of the things that you're going to want to do as you're trying to get into it. You're trying to do it on your own. You don't want to fork out for a trainer. Even I have a trainer. Sometimes I miss things that I should be seeing, or I can see as a trainer doing it with somebody else. Sometimes I may try to take the least resistance pass. You know what I mean? I was a combat engineer, so I know all about the least resistance pass. Um, Sometimes we got to have some push-ups. It's hard to motivate yourself and push yourself. That's where the dedication and all that kind of stuff comes in. But you know, every once in a while, I like to learn different programs, sprinkle some stuff in, do all that kind of stuff. So I've done multiple programs, and I kind of like I'm the master of all trades, and jack of all trades and master of none. You know what I mean? So that's what I live by. Yeah, you know, so it helps out. I hope this helped you for all your beginners. Once again, this is beginners. If you want to see something else, let me know. And I'll put something else up on there for you guys. So it's Coach Isaiah here. Like and subscribe. Roll how I roll. Peace out.